The thrilling world of the flying runner, brought to you by the Marathon Mates.
Hey there, it's Tony from The Flying Runner, and welcome to Out and Back. Out and Back, the turnaround point for your weekly running journey. It's officially summer here in Australia, and with the heat comes humidity, and don't we know it? And we all know how challenging that is, right? A simple park run can often leave us absolutely saturated in sweat. It's hot, it's humid, it's hard. So what I'm going to share with you is just a couple of really good tips on how we continue to train during these periods of time. So how do we train in hot and humid conditions? And just a couple of little tips to keep us staying healthy and performing well, because it can be a danger period if we don't look after ourselves. Now, the first tip I'm going to share is about hydration, funnily enough. Funnily enough, it's about hydration. And it's not just on race day. This is about maintaining hydration during the course of the week. So, but of course, before runs, you should be looking to either be drinking water or an electrolyte at least a couple of hours before. And a lot of us get caught up in this syndrome of saying, oh, it may only be a 5K, or in our mind, we think it's a 5K or a short run. I'd still be hydrating just before, just to make sure. During the run, of course, if it's anything over 45 minutes, I'd definitely be trying to carry some water, or at least having water spots throughout the course that you're running. And after runs, it's really important to rehydrate with whether it's water or electrolytes. So before, during, and after it's important to stay or maintain our hydration. It's also critical for us to look at our training and adjust our training. So run early in the morning. So we're trying to get into the cooler times of day or late at night, just trying to maintain some coolness. It's also important to try and find shade on your running route. So making sure that you've got some shade and then you're not just running out in the open heat. It's a good idea to keep it at a lower intensity. So slow down your pace on really, really hot days. And for those that who may be listening from around the world, our summer, 28 degrees Celsius, is now pretty much what our average temperatures are going to be in a lot of the areas around Australia, and maybe even higher in some areas further up north. So 28 degrees Celsius, I don't know what that equates to Fahrenheit, but that's hot. So lower intensity and shorter workouts, so opting for shorter runs instead of doing longer runs. If you do have to do a long run, maybe trying to split it into 2 sessions might be the best way to go. Wear appropriate gear is tip number 3. It's got to be light. It's got to be moisture wicking. It's best to wear light colored fabrics, of course. Sharon, my wife, loves running in black clothes. And it's not advisable during summer to be wearing a heat-attracting clothing color. So light color is always good. Don't forget about sun protection where you need it. Make sure you're using sunscreen, wearing a hat. And moisture control is really, really important. I always have sweatbands on during the summer so that it becomes a very easy thing for me to be wiping sweat as I go off my face. So it's always important to wear appropriate clothing. You've heard us say it many, many times. So tip number 4 is about listening to your body. There are warning signs when it comes to heat stress, things like dizziness, nausea, excessive fatigue. They're all warning signs. So seek shade and help if needed straight away. If you're starting to feel dizzy or you're getting nauseous while you're out there training. So listen to your body. And if you need, take some extra rest, right? Recover and adjust your schedule if it's just getting too hard, hot, and humid, right? And the final tip, and this is one that Sharon and I actually prepped for when we were training for Tokyo over the Christmas period last year. We actually didn't use it a great deal, but we were ready for it. And that's train indoors when necessary. Try and find an air-conditioned gym where you can jump on a treadmill. And it can make the difference to at least maintaining your mileage if you can stay within the confines of air conditioning and a gym, if that is what you're looking for. Cross training is also a good little thing at this time of year. Get into some pools, start doing some swimming, start doing some aqua aerobics, aqua running, maybe even. It's not just good for when you're coming back from injury, it's also good to keep you enthused and motivated during these hot and humid conditions that we're going through. So they're the 5 tips today. I normally only do 5. I normally only do 3, but today I did 5. So hydrate strategically, adjust your training, wearing appropriate gear, listen to your body, and train indoors when necessary. And by staying hydrated and doing all those things, you can train safely in hot, humid conditions. Hey, thanks for tuning in. If you like our podcast, please subscribe wherever you are tuned in and leave a review, as it really does help others find us. Watch out for our next full episode coming out this Friday. And as always, it's going to be a cracker. I hope to see you out there. Happy running.